Hey everyone, this is Jay Wong from JayWongTV, and I'm here to share with you 3 tips on how to overcome your self-imposing fears. Are you a big fan of self-development? Have you found that you've written the same goal year after year? Are you maybe in a good place, or even great place in your life, but deep down you know that there's something missing? I used to answer yes to all 3 of those questions. And though I have achieved a minimum level of success personally and professionally, I always found that I had certain limitations on myself. And these limitations were what I call these self-imposing fears. So what are these self-imposing fears? We have the fear of failure, fear of success, fear of change, the unknown, or just fear of being made fun of. Ultimately, these are fears that we create in our own minds, and we sell ourselves on not making the decisions and choices that we ultimately want to make. Once I was able to systematically overcome these self-imposing fears, I was able to achieve better results and ultimately change my life. I've had the privilege now to work with hundreds of successful, proven entrepreneurs all across North America. I've also spent the last 12 months in Asia meeting leaders on that side of the world. I believe that if you're able to apply these 3 tips in your day-to-day life, you're going to see a dramatic difference in how you are able to overcome your own self-imposing fears and ultimately make better choices for it. So it does require you to be a bit honest with yourself, but if you're ready to throw your ego on the side for a bit, let's jump right into it. The first step is acceptance. People subconsciously know the situations that create this kind of gripping, self-imposing fear in their lives. And obviously it creates these emotions that are pretty negative. You have this pit in your stomach emotion and you're almost frozen with indecision. And these scenarios could really range from asking for a promotion at work, chasing what you believe to be your potential dream, or even as simple as asking someone out. And so next time you're faced with these self-imposing fears, it's important not only to acknowledge it, but to be able to accept the fact that you're operating in fear. In a way, kind of by naming these emotions, it makes everything less scary, and the statement itself empowers your brain because it makes it known. So, I'm scared to do XYZ because I have a fear of rejection, of pain, or of just people judging me. That would be a good example. Now, the second tip is to learn how to embrace it. And so fear comes from kind of a very negative connotation. We know it creates these negative, unwanted feelings. But if we're able to shift our focus from a negative to more of a positive, we realize that it is in the scenarios that we are facing these self-imposed fears that we end up growing the most. And what I mean by that is that whenever you're actually feeling these fears, it means that you're doing something different. You've made you've made different decisions, you've made different choices, and your body and your mind can't keep up. And so naturally, it feels not at ease, and naturally, you feel like there's a paralysis of fear. In reality, we need to start embracing these moments that we experience fear, because it means that we are constantly making decisions to expand ourselves, and we're constantly moving ourselves out of our comfort zone. Everyone knows that life starts on the edge of your comfort zone, and so we need to create more of an atmosphere and society where we celebrate being in fear, and it's actually a great thing. And lastly, you want to take massive action. Going back to some of the earlier questions of this video, I found myself writing down the same goals year after year after year. And the reason I wasn't able to achieve a significant result in any of these departments is because I did not have the courage to take massive action. And the funny thing is, the more time you hesitate, you kind of allow your brain to kind of fabricate these made-up stories that kind of freeze you in inaction. And so go out there and take action, jump into it, that way you kind of bypass this brain trick, and that's really the 3-step process in terms of being able to overcome any self-opposing fear. It starts with acceptance of these fears, learning how to embrace them, and taking massive action. There's a great quote by Dan Sullivan, him saying that the problem is never really the problem. The problem really is people not knowing how to think about the problem. and I hope that this framework gives you a different way of thinking about your own self-imposing fears. So go out there, achieve some results. Please leave me some comments. Tell me if you get any results from this. Ask me any questions. We'll be putting up weekly videos. And until next time, see you then.